All right, let's talk about capacity for a minute. Most of the time we just run and gun, do what we have to make it happen on the job site. What happens if we're able to track it a little bit? Pick ourselves up at 1,000-foot view and look down and figure out what's going on. When are we at our prime? When are we just cruising? When is it like effortless? When we're in our flow state? How many people are on site during those moments? When are we totally stressed out and crashed out and not making it home on time for dinner? Is that 20 trucks? And then how does that relate to production? How much am I billing that month in production on that job site with that size crew? On an average, is 10 guys on site, is that $100,000 in work? Can I keep that up all year and actually make a living at it? For me, I found that over time, I did keep track of this. I was able to kind of be like, oh, this is a perfect day. How many guys were on site, whether it was drone, photos, whatever. But I found that like 25 trucks on site on an average for a month was $285,000 to $325,000 a month. Then fast forward a bunch of years later, when I have a great support staff with me, 80 trucks is $1 million in production, okay? What had to change for me to increase my production? And when was my sweet spot? So think about that when you work. If you're doing 10 guys on a job site every day, and that equals $100,000, but you know that you're gonna get into crunch time on this project, and it means there's gonna be 20, 25 people on site, you need to prepare for that. You need to be ready for that, not just react. So how do you do that? How do you forecast where your sweet spot is and know when your trouble spots are gonna be, so that way you can basically prime time for it, go to bed early, get your stuff in order, attack those days instead of reacting to them, Think about how much capacity you have and how much production that creates next time you're on the job site.